Attention! Go!
Clean start. That's a nice easy squeeze from University of London. There's no ripping on that first stroke, was there?
It was very patient, wasn't it? It was just like let it all connect and stay together, and then off they went on to the next one. But just looking on the left-hand side of the screen there, I think Imperial College had a little bit more enthusiasm to get off the blocks, didn't they? And I think like it looks like they're just beginning to go for a little bit of an early lead, although it's difficult to tell from these angles.
I like the way Imperial College are coming out to length there, really doing well off the end of the island. There's a nice rhythm and nice flow in that boat.
It's a big battle for these student crews from London. Obviously, University of London rowing on the sort of tideway stretch above Chiswick Bridge, and Imperial College rowing below Hammersmith Bridge, which has been shut. So these crews wouldn't have seen each other on the water like they would normally do because of Hammersmith Bridge being shut. So this is probably one of the few occasions they've been able to face off against each other. And it's a great start there from Imperial College as they've taken, what is that, maybe 3/4 of a length early on in this stage of the race, and they're just looking to stride this out.
Yeah, you'd have to say alarm bells would be ringing in the University of London boat there, coached by Hugo Gulliver and Genevieve Valash-Graham. Cox Rose Lewis, the 23-year-old from King's College London, will try not to let any alarm appear in her voice. She'll want to give a message that they're holding Imperial College, they're out to a length, but she'll want to say, look, we're holding them quite soon. But there's not much in tactics you can do if another crew goes ahead of you by this much at this sort of start phase of the race, Adam.
Yeah, I think you've got to ask some difficult questions, and you practice what you can in terms of the racing style and what you can deliver, and you can only really bring out your best, right? And at this point you'll probably want to just bring everything forward and front load it a bit more, but as you say, it's a difficult one to answer when you come up against a crew that's a bit quicker,
So University of London A crew trying to make some water back on Imperial College. University of London on the left of your screen, Imperial College on the right. That's Omar Ben Gassim, the 19-year-old in the bow seat. First time for Imperial College at Henley Royal Regatta. Alexander Killen-Dawson ahead of him in the two-seat. Jake Smith, Noel Jansen Patworth, George Shaw, Jack Diffler-Walsh, Max Ridgewell and Cox Ben Moore. And Max Ridgewell, we did see on his bio he's got a KOM, King of the Mountains in Richmond Park, which if so is enormously impressive.
Oh yeah, very impressive. There's a lot of London cyclists will descend on Richmond Park and try and put in some fast laps. So he must be a very talented cyclist to have picked up a King of the Mountains, or the coveted Strava crown.
So his blade is in the stroke seat, furthest away from us. He's the row furthest away from us in the Imperial College crew, which is on the right of your screen. University of London don't look to have made too much ground up in these sort of wastelands, I suppose, of Henley, where the river's sort of away from both banks and the noise dies down, and you're not quite sure where, somewhere between the Barry and Forley, you're not quite sure where you are. Decent course down the booms there.
Yeah, it's a very neat little line there, isn't it? Ben Moore's been practicing on this course a little bit. He did the Henley Masters a couple of times, actually with the boat I was in, actually. So he's had a good bit of practice down here. But,
what's he like as a cox?
Oh, he's great. Yeah, he's really on it. He sort of knows what he's looking for, and he can sort of cox and coach and all sorts. He's very, very boat aware, and he's having a little look there, just checking where University of London are. University of London are a big opponent for Imperial College. Lots of success here for University of London in Henley Royal Regatta. What is it, 45 odd Henley wins that UL's notched up over the years. They've only managed to make the final of the Temple in the previous years, 2017, whereas I think Imperial have a bit more pedigree or history in the Temple with 4 wins, but their last win was only in 1998, so it's been a bit of a hiatus. So it'd be a great achievement if this crew can make it to the final today.
Did Imperial College win the Grand in '96? I think they might have done,
I think that might be right, but UL have won the Grand a few times as well, haven't they?
So 2 student 8s, Imperial College lead University of London Boat Club. Imperial College coached by Peter Hardcastle, the Australian Olympian, 3 times Olympian. Adam and I were talking about his record before commentary today, and Jamie Kirkwood, the British lightweight. Very proud of his heritage, Jamie, isn't he?
He's a proud northerner, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Newcastle. He's die hard, but that's great. That's a great little coaching combo there. You've got a sort of a powerful understanding of the sort of physiology required, and then Jamie, who's probably a bit more focused on the technique side of things. So a nice match up there for the coaching staff that have been coaching this Imperial College crew that look like they're rowing very neatly here and found a nice strong rhythm here.
I have to say UL are putting in an effort. They are moving back gradually on that margin that Imperial College have had. It's so difficult, you know, in an 8 to sort of accelerate it, isn't it? You've got to put so much effort in just to get a little bit of acceleration. You've seen the headwind, Stroke's blade is dropping into 2's puddle. They've not really got the sort of clearance that they need to make a good sort of surge back on the leading boat from Imperial College.
Yeah, as you said, Martin, that we can feel the headwind here in the commentary box, can't we? 'Cause it's sort of whistling through the windows here, but it's difficult to mount a sprinty charge into a headwind, isn't it? It's very much like sort of cycling. You want to, you know, like it's difficult, you know, like you'd want to tuck in behind the other crew and then sneak round, which we can't do here.
So the UL crew, Rory Gilligan, Kevin Borat, Ben Holhouse, Dimitri Slepepkin, Dan Gorikin, Jake Figgy, Jana Shakespeare, Stroke, Archie Hilda and Cox Rose Lewis. We're looking at the back of Omar Ben Gassim, the 19-year-old at Imperial College, closest to the camera. They do look to be moving the boat really beautifully along, easy flow. Just release, let the blades come out as they come up towards the line.
Yeah, and Imperial College have targeted this boat, this event this year with 3 boats in this event, whereas the University of London have front-loaded their Prince Albert 4. That's a great win there for Imperial College.
So Imperial College crossed the line. Congratulations from Jack Walsh to Max Ridgewell the stroke. UL dejected. Managed to pull that one off. University of London A crew lose to Imperial College London.